Welcome back to Final Trade. I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm just going to sit here and rant while you look at this picture of the prices of Modern Horizons 2 products. These are all still in pre-sale. They're set to come out June 18th, which is 11 days from the recording of this and 10 days from the release of this. And you can see set booster box, $260, draft booster box, $300, and collector booster box, $410. Absolutely eye-watering. So, it's weird to me, first off, that the draft box is more expensive than the set box. I think you should always buy set boxes unless you are actually doing a booster draft. I know people say that Wizards is cutting back the production of the draft boxes. There's fewer cards in them. There's fewer cards in the set booster boxes. That's why they're cutting back the production of the draft booster boxes. The set boxes have 30 packs in them, and the draft boxes have 36. So Wizards can make a cheaper product with fewer cards in it, but you get a better mix of rarity in the set boxes. You get more rares and more mythics. I think you should always buy the set boosters if you're just cracking packs to play with and collect. If you're doing a booster draft, yeah, you need the draft booster box. But that's kind of aside to the point of this recording. $260 at release for the set booster display. Man, that's twice as much. And if you look at the wholesale prices, Wizards is charging twice as much to the distributors, who are charging twice as much to the retailers for what essentially has the same input cost for Wizards at the printing level. Normally a regular set, a draft booster box, most wholesalers will distribute it to the retail level at $86 a box. That's about the current price. There's a little bit of difference. Some retailers have different some distributors have different discount structures, but $86 is about what you expect to pay. And if you imagine that your local game store buys it for 86, and if they mark it up, say, to 110 or something, they want to make $24 profit off of trying to find enough customers to move a booster box. That's going to cost about $3 a pack. Again, 36 packs in a booster box. But now you look at this right now, Modern Horizons 2 draft booster box, $300, as low as $300. Now, your local game store is not going to sell this to you cheaper than what they can turn around and sell it for on TCG Player. So $300 in the store. And that comes to $8.30 a pack. So, imagine I'm 16-year-old Craig, and, I have a little job that I do in the afternoon, and I make some money. And, I've got some set aside, and I want to come into the local game store and buy some packs of this Modern Horizons 2. Because, I've been seeing all the spoilers, and it's really exciting. It's got some really powerful cards, and I just want to open some packs and be excited. So I walk into my local game store, and I've got $25 I can spend on packs. And I'm thinking, $25, that normally gets me 8 packs, and it even leaves some money left over for sales tax. And I walk in and I see the price, $8.30 a pack for the same number of cards. And I think, that'll only buy me 3 packs instead of the normal 8 that I usually get. And, imagine the disappointment. And I know the cards are really powerful. They're, the expected value is going to be really good. But you are going to burn the fan base. Wizards is just going to burn the fan base doing this, charging these prices. And I know Hasbro wants Wizards to bring in more money at the top line and the bottom line. Yeah, I get it. It's a business. They're not a charity here to make us feel good. But man, the long-term damage that pricing structures like this is going to do to the community, due to the game, due to the product, it's terrible. And yeah, they're going to rake in money hand over fist off of Modern Horizons 2. But long-term, these kind of premium products with premium pricing, they're going to hurt the game. And, I've said it before on other videos on this channel, these next 5 years in the TCG world, I think WOTC is making terrible decisions. Hasbro is forcing them to make terrible decisions, and they're going to lose market share in the next 5 years. I think if Pokemon is not already surpassed Magic as the number one TCG, it's going to probably in the next couple of years. I think Yu-Gi-Oh has a chance. Force of Will is looking like it, maybe. I'm more skeptical that Force of Will pass Magic. I think it'll just steal market share. But these prices are just unbelievable. So, $8.30 for a booster pack, $8.60 for a set booster pack is what this comes to if you buy the whole box. Again, just eye-watering. $34 for a single collector booster pack. And I get it. They only do one run of the collectors. They release them at release of the product. That's all you ever get. They never print more. And it's a super premium product. I know it's full of rares and mythics. It's all foil, all alternate art, all special versions of the cards. I get it. But man, TCGs are a kind of hobby where a decent component of your enjoyment is proportional to how much money you have to spend on this. And when you see this kind of thing where the separation between what you can get for your money just continues to increase in Magic, it's just going to burn out the player base. And if you think of all the people who play Magic, if you imagine them in your head in a spectrum going from the richest to the poorest person, then there's some people who will look at this product who are down near the left end of that distribution, and they'll say, it's just not worth it for me anymore. There's 7 major releases that WOTC is bringing out for Magic this year. I just can't afford to keep up. And they'll decide, maybe I'll play Force of Will. It's just a lot cheaper game to play. Or, maybe they'll just turn to Flesh and Blood because it's not all about bending your players over the barrel with premium products and premium pricing, playing games with Amazon. It's WOTC extracting a whole lot of money from themselves, but they are hurting their player base. They're hurting their future. And eventually, I think we'll all look back and we'll say, this kind of stuff, this kind of pricing on Modern Horizons 2, on Time Spiral Remastered, on Commander Legends, even though the pricing on Commander Legends was more or less in line, but there were just fewer packs. There were 24 booster packs in those boxes instead of 36. The various ways that WOTC is toying with how little value can I give and how much money can I get out of it. Right now they have a captive audience. People love them. The game is great, but every time they do something like this, they're going to burn out a certain number of players who won't come back, or will maybe just take long breaks, will spend their TCG money on other games. And like I said, I think in the next 5 years, you're going to see a real shattering of this paradigm we've had for so long in the TCG world, where Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Are the top 3, and everyone else is running distantly behind. I think you're going to see market shares I think you're going to see the market shares much more equally distributed amongst a lot of these up-and-coming games. So, man, I could probably say a lot more about that. I had some numbers I wrote down here for things like just notional, when WOTC goes to the printer and they buy these boxes of cards, we don't really have a good concept of how much money they spend there, how much it costs them to get them printed. We know what it costs, approximately what they sell to the distributors for, what the distributors sell to the stores for. We know exactly. But, when WOTC plays these other games where they do an end run around the entire distribution network and they go straight to Amazon, and they cut out the distributors who take all the risk, invest all the capital in the other sets, and then they cut out all the local game stores that are the backbone of the entire hobby and the entire industry. WOTC makes out like a bandit. And if we estimate maybe that it costs them $50 to print one of these boxes, and again, nobody really knows. I've never seen any type of authoritative number for this. But, if they turn around and they sell that to the distributor for $75, they've cleared $25 on a box. But if they take the same printing cost of a box at $50, and, it's a set like Modern Horizons 2, on a draft booster box, if it's $300 today, by the time WOTC starts playing this game and trickling them out to Amazon in 3 or 4 months, the subsequent waves of release, they're going to be $350 on Amazon. And assuming that WOTC does not try to negotiate better than the normal marketplace fee with Amazon, which I know they can, they're WOTC. But assume they have to pay the full approximately 10% marketplace fee to Amazon. They're going to give up about $35 to Amazon to have Amazon move that box for them. And so basically, Amazon's going to be paying WOTC about $315 for that box. So instead of getting $75 from the distributor that they normally would for that box, they're going to get over $300 from Amazon for that box. And you can see how the incentives are all misaligned. If you're running a business, you're going to do that every day of the week. You're going to sell it to Amazon because you want $315 approximately 4 times harder than you want $75. So, it's hard to blame WOTC. They're making the short-term decision that fills their pocket with money today, but I think long-term it's going to burn out a lot of players. It's going to hurt the player base. The card stores are going to look at this and say, look, they're not supporting us. They're not trying to make the game strong. They're not trying to keep the community strong. They're just on a giant cash grab to satisfy Hasbro. And, the card stores are going to turn against them. They're going to buy less product. They're going to host fewer events. They're going to buy more of competing products, and they're going to host more competing events. So I don't know what else to say. I think it's a terrible way to run a business. It's really frustrating because I would love nothing more in my life than to have a successful business with happy customers and large revenues. But, this is all very short-term thinking that WOTC is doing, and I think it's just going to ultimately be really bad. If you like this kind of thing, like and subscribe to Final Trade, share it with your friends, and leave a comment. Thanks a lot, everyone.